We're here with Wilkes University football head coach Trey Brown, looking ahead to Week 4 against Misericordia. Coach, before we look ahead, let's look back to Week 3. Colonel's matchup against number 12 Delaware Valley. Colonels were in the game until the very end. What did you see from the team?
Yeah, I thought we did a nice job of coming out early, establishing ourselves defensively, which allowed the young quarterback and Wade Ripio to settle in a little bit. Made a couple plays, gave us a little bit of energy going in at halftime. Came out, hard-fought third quarter, hard-fought fourth quarter on both sides of the ball, and I thought we really fought our tails off until the final 6 minutes of the game and had an unfortunate pick, and then a turnover, and the game kind of got away from us. But, you know, one of my keys, I thought, to being into it, and I mentioned it to you probably last week, was we had to match the intensity and the energy early on. And I thought if it was a 15-round fight, we were probably okay for about 13 and a half rounds. In the final round and a half, they beat us. So, hey, they're a good team, 12th ranked team in the country, as you mentioned. So I was proud of the way we went out and competed. There are no moral victories in this. You either win or lose. But I was pleased with the way we went out and competed.
Now, last week when we talked, you mentioned Rippion and the difference that he would show going from being a quarterback 2 to a quarterback 1 with a week of practice. What did you see differently in Wade in last week's game?
Yeah, when you take all the reps throughout the week, I just think it allows you to establish a different level of confidence. I think the other thing that I was interested to see was how his teammates were going to respond to him being the guy as well. I think that's a little bit different as well. I mean, when you come off the bench and you just lost your starter in a game, emotionally that's a little bit different than having, say, 150 reps as the one throughout the week. So my hope was those 150-plus reps throughout the week would make him play and seem more comfortable out there. And I think each snap that's kind of occurred. You know, I think he's hit a stretch in that game against Del Val in the second and third quarter where he kind of got into a rhythm. And a lot of things go into play with that. You need good pass protection. You got to get open, you know, all those things. But his progress, I'm pleased the direction that it's heading. The thing that I always mention to the guys, though, you just can't take the good things that happen in 1 week and plug them into the next week. You can't. You have to build upon the things that you did well, and you have to fix the things that you didn't do well. So there were some good things out there, no doubt. I thought he looked more comfortable, but he's got to take the next step.
Yep. Now looking ahead to Week 4, Wilkes heads to Misericordia, continuing its MAC schedule. What have you seen on Misericordia's game film this week?
Yeah, I think Misericordia is in a similar deal probably as us at the quarterback position. Their starter went down. I think the guy that's in now is a very athletic player. I think he does a really nice job with his feet, can throw the ball as well. I like their skill on the outside. They're a little bit young up front, I think, as far as first-year starters per se, but they're a team that offensively I think can put some stress on you. There's no doubt about it. And then defensively, they're going to play very hard. I mean, they're going to play very hard. You're going to know where they're at a lot of times, but they're going to play hard, and I'm sure play very hungry. I mean, you have two teams that are competing for their first win of the season, and we both probably want something to build on. Mm-hmm. We want our week to be a little bit different than coming off of a loss. You know, I think that kind of changes your prep as well. So they're going to play hard-spirited football. We better play hard-spirited football, and hopefully we're on the right end of it at the end.
And now finally, as we finish each week, tell us one thing that we need to do to be successful on both sides of the ball and come out with a win.
Well, I think the big thing is I think we've got to eliminate any big plays. They tend to hit a lot of big plays at times, whether it's a wheel route out of the backfield, whether it's a rocket screen that goes for big yardage. So we've got to eliminate good plays on defense. We got to do a great job tackling. Got to get a lot of guys to the ball. I think offensively we've got to become a little bit more explosive, and I think we can do that now with the quarterback becoming more and more comfortable. I don't mean we're going to drop back 25 times and throw 4 verticals 20 of those 25 times necessarily, but I think as you gain more confidence in your quarterback, in your scheme, in your team, I think you can be a little bit more aggressive as well. And then we've got to be, I say it all the time, we've got to be opportunistic in the kick game. So they did get an onside kick against Widener, so we've got to be ready on that opening kickoff return for anything that's kind of goofy that they may try out. And we've got to do a great job of putting some pressure on them in the kick game as well. So those are going to be critically important.
Wilkes University football Week 4 matchup heads to Misericordia in MAC play, 1 p.m. kickoff.